So today we will discuss about the morpho-functional characteristics of the organs of the endocrine system. In this diagrammatic representation, you can see that there are many endocrine glands in our body. They secrete the hormones. Hormones is a chemical messenger which altered or impaired the biological activity of various organs or various activity which are performed in our body. Here you can see the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is a part of the endocrine system also. Hypothalamus is a part of the nervous system also. In nervous system we will be discuss on later, but as a part of the endocrine system, the hypothalamus secrete the many releasing hormone. Releasing hormone are the hormones that directly put their effects on the master gland, that is the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is also known as the master gland because the remaining endocrine glands in our body are controlled or regulated by the hormones which are secreted by the pituitary gland. Here you can see the portal system. The portal system is a blood circulatory system through which the hypothalamic releasing hormone are directly comes into the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland and the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland, through which they control over the pituitary gland. For descriptive purpose, the pituitary gland, in this point you can see, for descriptive purpose the pituitary gland is divided into the two divisions: anterior lobe of the pituitary gland and the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland. Anterior lobe also known as the adenohypophysis and the posterior lobe is known as the neurohypophysis. In between the adenohypophysis and the neurohypophysis there is another lobe that is known as the intermediate lobe. The hormones which are secreted by the intermediate lobe are not such significantly, so moreover we will discuss about the hormones which are secreted by the anterior lobe and the posterior lobe. See, the pituitary gland is secrete many target endocrine stimulating hormone which are put their effects directly on the target endocrine glands. For example, the growth hormone which is secreted by the pituitary gland put their effects on the bone and the soft tissue, so the cell division and multiplication occurs that results we grow in the size. Adrenal gland, the ACTH hormone, adrenocorticotropic hormone, which is also secreted by the anterior lobe, put their effects on the suprarenal gland which is known as the adrenal glands. These glands are situated over the top of the renals. So this ACTH hormone control the adrenal gland. Another one example, if you see the TSH hormone, this TSH hormone is also thyroid stimulating hormone that effect on the thyroid gland, so that thyroid gland release the concerned trophic hormones. Another one you can see the anterior lobe put their effect on the ovary and the testes which are similarly secrete the FSH LH hormone. Another one, prolactin hormone, that is also secreted by the anterior lobe. It put their effects on the female breast, so milk formation process occurs. Another one you can see over here, that is the neurohypophysis. This neurohypophysis is consist from the nervous system. That's why the hormones which are secreted by the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland are directly releasing from the hypothalamus. So we can call it as a neurotransmitters. There are two nucleus. Here you can see from the hypothalamus to the neurohypophysis, you can see the two nucleus, that is paraventricular nuclei and supraoptic nucleus. They release the neurotransmitter to the posterior lobe of the pituitary gland, and that the hormones are stored in the posterior lobe, and whenever it is required they release their secretion directly into the bloodstream and they reach to the target organ to put their effects. Example, one more hormone, that is antidiuretic hormone, which is also known as the ADH or vasopressin. This ADH hormone put their effect on the renal tubules so that water balance and electrolyte balance in our body occurs. Another one hormone is the oxytocin. Oxytocin put their effects on uterus. During the delivery time, the stretch occurs, the uterine wall gets stretched under the effects of the oxytocin hormone. So the process of the labor, it means childbirth process, may occur. When the oxytocin hormone, here you can see prolactin hormone is responsible for milk production, but when the oxytocin put their effect on the breast, so the milk ejaculation process occurs. Milks come out from the breast and it is sucked by the neonates to fulfill their hungriness. In next slide, hypothalamus, it collects information from the body, integrates the nervous system and endocrine system, responds to maintain homeostasis. Homeostasis is a medical term which defines that if there any balance or regulation in any biological activity of the body is called the homeostasis. Hormones. The hypothalamus secretes the hypothalamic releasing hormone and hypothalamic non-releasing hormone. Hypothalamic non-releasing hormone, also known as the inhibiting hormone. It means when these hormones release from the hypothalamus, they inhibit the secretion of other endocrine hormones. Here you can see they stimulate or inhibit the pituitary gland hormones. Pituitary gland. For descriptive purpose, it is two types, anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary. In the diagram we have discussed about that. Can act directly on target tissue or stimulate other endocrine glands. Hormones which are secreted by the anterior pituitary are trophic hormones, stimulate other endocrine glands like adrenocorticotrophic ACTH hormone, which stimulates the adrenal cortex to release steroid hormone. About the steroid hormone we will discuss when we will explain the adrenal gland. Number second, TSH hormone, that is thyroid stimulating hormone, act on the thyroid gland to stimulate the release of two hormones, that is thyroxine hormone, which is also known as the T4, and triiodothyronine hormone, which is also known as the T3 hormone. One more hormone is secreted by the thyroid gland, that is calcitonin hormone. This calcitonin hormone is secreted by the special C cells, that is known as the parafollicular cells, into the thyroid gland. They secrete another one hormone, that is the calcitonin. The trophic hormones continued we will discuss. Another one is the follicle stimulating hormone, FSH. It stimulates the production of estrogen and production of ovum in the woman and production of sperm in the man. Luteinizing hormone act on ovaries to produce progesterone and estrogen in woman. Also signals the release of egg. In man, the luteinizing hormone stimulates the interstitial cells in the testes to produce the hormone testosterone. It means we can say the hormones which are responsible for physiological and anatomical characteristics in a male human beings is responsible by the testosterone, and the hormones which are responsible for physiological and anatomical changes into the woman, that is through by the estrogen hormone. Progesterone hormone is responsible for developing the pregnancy. Anterior pituitary other hormones are growth hormone. It acts directly on body tissue, responsible for the growth and development of the body. also important in the breakdown of fats and proteins into usable energy during exercise. Whenever any person do the heavy lifting or physical exercise, at that time to get the more amount of energy, the breakdown of fats and proteins occurs under the effects of the growth hormone. Another one hormone by the anterior lobe is the prolactin hormone. This stimulates the growth of the mammary glands. Mammary glands means breast, and milk production in a nursing mother. Nursing mother means the mother who are feeding the milk or who are breastfeeding the newborn baby. The hormones which are secreted by the posterior pituitary, it means the hormones secreted by the neurohypophysis are, first one is the antidiuretic hormone. They target the kidney, decrease urine output, increase fluid volume in the body. They secrete when plasma volume, the liquid portion of the blood, gets low due to dehydration or profuse sweating. So they are subjected to humoral control. It means the secretion of antidiuretic hormone depends on the willpower of a human beings. It means when you are taking the plenty of water, at that time less amount of antidiuretic hormone is produced and more amount of urine is excreted. It is vice versa. It means when you take less amount of drinking water, at the time more amount of ADH is produced and less amount of urine is excreted. So what happened in this condition? Maintenance of electrolyte and water balance in our body may be resulted. Also plays a role in controlling blood pressure, because blood pressure depend on the amount of water, it means amount of plasma depend, so it is also regulated by the posterior hormone, that is antidiuretic. Oxytocin secreted by the pregnant woman during labor and continues to be secreted for as long as the woman is nursing. Next is the thyroid gland. It is located, if we see the anatomical position of thyroid gland, it is located near the larynx and it helps to control the metabolism process. Hormones of the thyroid. Thyroid hormone are the thyroxine, which is the T4, and triiodothyronine T3, responsible for controlling energy metabolism and heat production of the body. Calcitonin, I have explained you earlier. Calcitonin, when calcium level in the blood rise, calcitonin is released to facilitate uptake of calcium by the bones. It also reduces absorption of calcium by the kidney and the intestine. It is also subjected to humoral control, produced mostly during childhood. Another one endocrine gland is the parathyroid gland. There are two pairs of glands located on the posterior of the thyroid gland. When you see the physical anatomical characteristics of the thyroid gland, if you see the posterior part, you can see there are two lobes of thyroid gland. On the posteriorly, each lobe contains the two parathyroid glands. So we can say that total four parathyroid glands secrete the hormones. The hormone name is the parathyroid hormone or the PTH. This parathyroid hormone secreted in response to low blood calcium. It stimulates the breakdown of bone tissue, which release calcium into the blood, increase absorption of calcium in the intestine with the aid of vitamin D. It stimulates reabsorption of calcium from the kidney. So what we have discussed? We have discussed that thyroid hormone calcitonin and parathyroid hormone PTH together put their adverse effect to control or homeostasis the blood calcium level into the body. Thank you.